Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. William Ruto's game plan for 2027 is taking shape already. And just like I keep on reminding you on this platform, in 2027, Rigathi Gachagua is not going to be part of William Ruto's game plan. As a matter of fact, William Ruto is going to replace Rigathi Gachagua as his running mate in 2027. Earlier today, 48 members of parliament from the mountain officially declared Professor Kindiki as their kingpin and the link to the president. And I asked myself, why would 48 members of parliament from the mountain officially declare Professor Kindiki as their kingpin and also the link to the president, when we all know that constitutionally the principal assistant to the president is none other than the deputy president. And according to our constitution, the deputy president is the second in command. Why would over 48 members of parliament? Remember, the mountain has around 69 MPs, which means only 20 did not participate in that declaration. And for me, because I always believe that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence, I'm seeing the hand of William Ruto in that particular declaration. And the aim is to tame Rigathi Gachagua, because Rigathi Gachagua had already kicked William Ruto out of the mountain. And again, for those who followed the events today, two major political activities took place. The first activity which took place was the president in Nairobi. President Ruto attended the Nairobi River Regeneration launch in Nairobi in Korogocho. The deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, was missing in action. Why do you think Rigathi Gachagua boycotted William Ruto's event? Because that Nairobi River Regeneration was actually domiciled in Rigathi Gachagua's office, which means Rigathi Gachagua ought to have been present when the president was officially launching this project. The president was accompanied by Sakaja. Remember, Sakaja has been exchanging words with Rigathi Gachagua. The second event is the one we are talking about, which is going to form the basis of this analysis. Ladies and gentlemen, let us listen in to the members of parliament from the mountain making that declaration before we embark on critical analysis of the whole thing.
We, as elected leaders from this region and its diaspora, on our own behalf and that of our people, unanimously resolve that our link to the national government to be the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, Professor Kindiki, whose responsibilities in the executive includes the coordination of national government functions across the country. This declaration is issued on the 12th of September 2024 by the following members. We are going to share this report with you, so you'll be able to see the members present. We have 35 members with us here. Then we have some 13 members who are not here with apology, so it's a total of 48. But they are all in concurrence with what we have said. And since we are going to share this statement with you, you'll probably be able to look at it further. And with that,
I've actually gone through the list of members of parliament who are part of the group. Mwangi Kiunjuri has been attacking Rigathi Gachagua for a very long time. Kimani Ichung'wah, Kimani Kuria, the chair of the budget committee. Ndindi Nyoro was not part of this group. So I'm seeing the hands of William Samoei Arap Ruto. But in this video, I want us to focus on what the declaration means, politically speaking.
Mimi nimetoka mlima. Niwaambie ukweli. All the interventions zimejaribiwa kufanyika ya kuchange His Excellency the Deputy President. They are affecting the presidency of Dr. William Ruto. And I wish we can tell our people, just stop wherever you are. Wacha tushikane, tuone vile tutaweka rais na deputy wafanye kazi, tuweze kuruka 2027. Bwana DL, Mimi nilianzana na president ikiwa 2008. I was a councillor and chairman of the council. We have walked the journey with the president at the backyard. But the people about who will suffer a lot under the presidency ni sisi. Because we are talking the truth. Tunamwambia ukijaribu hiyo mambo ya kina Kindiki kubadilisha, ukijaribu hiyo mambo ya Ndindi, ukijaribu hiyo mambo ya whoever kubadilisha, wananchi wamekataa. That's the truth. Lakini ukisema hiyo ukweli, unarushwa nje. We will suffer. Na DL imefika hata kwetu. You are not going through the rights process vile ulipigania hii serikali. Tukiomba kina Sudi, saidieni tafadhali. We don't need to fight.
But before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. But again, before I dive in, allow me to also take this opportunity to introduce you guys to LemFi. LemFi is a mobile money app for users in the UK, Canada, and the United States of America to send money to Kenya. They offer the best exchange rates in the market, and the money will be delivered instantly into your M-Pesa account, Airtel Money account, and of course, if you want, directly into your bank account. You can use the link in the pinned comment to download the app. Ladies and gentlemen, let us dive in. Why do you think William Ruto engineered the move by the 48 members of parliament from the mountain to disown Rigathi Gachagua and officially declare Professor Kindiki as Mount Kenya Kingpin? Number one, in my view, William Ruto is laying the ground to kick Rigathi Gachagua out of UDA party. There is something which I used to tell you after the last election, that if there's one thing that William Ruto was never going to allow, was for another kingpin to emerge in the mountain. Rigathi Gachagua decided to emerge as Mount Kenya Kingpin. William Ruto monitored him, and by the time William Ruto was realizing, it was already late. Remember, William Ruto is the president, which means he has access to intelligence briefings every single day. I'm 100% sure that the intelligence has briefed William Ruto that Rigathi Gachagua has already won the support of the ordinary folks in the mountain. So he's now trying to lay the ground to kick Rigathi Gachagua out of UDA party, because Rigathi Gachagua is also planning to form a new political party or acquire a political party which is going to use for the purposes of 2027, because of the fact that he's now aware that Ruto is going to have him as a running mate, and the fact that he has already won the support of the mountain. So for me, William Ruto wants to force Rigathi Gachagua out of UDA party. So these members of parliament, and I want you to mark this, in the next few weeks, they're going to start embarking on a tour of the mountain where they are going to attack Rigathi Gachagua badly. If you are keen, this is the same strategy which William Ruto used against Uhuru Kenyatta. William Ruto ensured that majority of members of parliament were on his side. So he then used those members of parliament to organize events, and to go to those events, and he would attack Uhuru Kenyatta. These members of parliament would attack Uhuru Kenyatta. But the only difference now is that there's no Raila Odinga. Between 2018 and 2022, there was Raila Odinga, which was used. They applied Raila Odinga phobia. In this case, I doubt if it might work. But the truth is, he's laying the ground to kick Rigathi Gachagua out of UDA party. Number two, William Ruto is also fighting back now to reclaim the mountain from Gachagua. The mountain is already gone. The members of parliament from the mountain would not even move around freely. They could not even organize events in their areas. So they've now regrouped, and you'll start seeing them moving across the mountain. I remember the other day, Mwangi Kiunjuri was somewhere, was it in Eldoret, meeting with the Kikuyu diaspora there, and he was really heckled. And that has been happening to most of these MPs. And at some point, I think they even told Ruto that the ground was a bit hostile, especially after the finance bill. Yeah? So, Ruto is now fighting back. He wants to mobilize these MPs, and these MPs will now start going to the ground to attack Rigathi Gachagua, and they'll be helped with propaganda, resources, and all sorts of things. Number three, Ruto is also taking the war right to the doorsteps of Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua is making noise. It's telling Ruto that, you know, the mountain of Fanya hivi, you know, the mountain of Fanya hivi. You remember sometimes during the flooding, when after the flooding, there was some demolition of houses in Nairobi. Rigathi Gachagua came out gun blazing. Was it today? He has also attacked Johnson Sakaja over the Nairobi traders who are rebelling or who are demonstrating today. So Ruto is not taking the war to him because he has the ground already. And William Ruto is going to monitor how Rigathi Gachagua is going to react. It's going to be very interesting, politically speaking. But for me, William Ruto underrated Rigathi Gachagua. And Rigathi Gachagua was actually prepared for William Ruto. So if you ask me, Ruto is going to lose this game. Number 4, Ruto is also preparing the mountain for 2027 minus Rigathi Gachagua. Because anybody will now conclude that there is no way William Ruto is going to have Rigathi Gachagua as his running mate in 2027, sorry. These members of parliament will be attacking Rigathi Gachagua left, right, and center. They have now declared that Rigathi Gachagua is not their kingpin. The rest of the mountain believes that Uhuru Kenyatta is still the kingpin. But Rigathi Gachagua was made the kingpin by virtue of being the second in command. Yeah. So the truth is, the mountain have been told that there's a fallout between me and Rigathi Gachagua, and therefore there's no way we are going to have him as running mate. They're being prepared. And I'm looking at a possibility where now Ruto is going to be forced to try and salvage the mountain, especially the Mount Kenya East. He's going to be forced to have Professor Kindiki as his running mate in 2027. I don't know how that is going to play around or out as far as Luya politics is concerned, because it's also emerging that probably William Ruto wants to pair Professor Kindiki and Ray Omolo as a ticket in 2032, because for William Ruto, 2027 is already a done deal. Number 5, Ruto is also provoking Rigathi Gachagua. He wants to see how Rigathi Gachagua is reacting. And I'm 100% sure, 100%, that Rigathi Gachagua is going to react. Maybe tomorrow, or maybe over the weekend. And William Ruto is not going to like it. And that's the fact. And lastly, William Ruto is also kickstarting his 2027 re-election bid. And after getting the intelligence brief that he was losing the mountain, I think he's now trying to salvage the little he can from the mountain using these members of parliament. Because remember, if the mountain alone has over 60 members of parliament, if William Ruto were to lose all of them, yeah, where do you think he will get the numbers? Because politics is a game of numbers. I don't know what you think, ladies and gentlemen. But for me, if you ask me, the fallout between Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto is going to be worse than the fallout we witnessed between Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto. And it's going to be vicious. We are going to have casualties. It's going to be messy, just like Moses Wetangula predicted. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. And by the way, Edwin Sifuna declared that William Ruto is going to lose in 2027, even with Raila Odinga's support. Remember, Edwin Sifuna is the Secretary General of ODM Party. Is that something worth analyzing? Let me know in the comment section. Until that time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.